We started with, 1 million years BC, which is an old film. Then you have 10,000 BC, which was on for about 3 years ago. Then I showed you all these other films I was tracking through history. Going through Greeks, Romans, then coming through like Gladiator, then coming through into the Middle Ages, then going through to Crusades and whatever. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Now what I want to show you is this thing. This is a thing called timeline. You see, black people have been restricted to a historical ghetto called, the Atlantic Age. You said, when you said slavery, watch this. Slavery comes in. There's other slavery being done before by Arabs to Africans. So what I'm saying is that this is the thing that we do in this society. We restrict generally called the Atlantic Age. Who went across the Atlantic and discovered the Americas? Christopher Columbus. What country was he from?
America.
Spain.
Colombia.
He was working for the Spanish. He's Italian. Yeah? His name was Cristobal Colon. He was actually waiting colonization. It means a farm. He was like a farmer. So what's this now? He went across, thought he was going to India, but in actual fact, that's why he became known as the West Indies. Does this make sense? He thought he could sail to India that way, and he couldn't. Then he bumped into these islands, and so they called it the West Indies. Now what happens is this. We end up with low cultural capital, when we think only of this part of the age. Now, let me just show you this. I might be able to do this and put it just on the floor here. We shall see what I can do. This is a timeline, so if I roll this out. Now, this part here, this strip of blue here, can you see it? You can stand up, stand up. Don't come forward, stand up. You in the front, you stay down. This strip of blue here, now let me just explain the structure. This is 1500, 1600, 1700, 1800, 1900, the year 2000. We're in 2009. So we're in actual fact just in here now, in the 21st century. So from here, 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue just before 1500. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
So it means that generally the history we get of black people is what happened in that period, and they put a picture of a slave ship down there generally. Make sense? I'll just give you that one there. Sorry, sir, could you hold that end for me? What I'm going to do is show you now what we don't get told as black history. So if you just hold it like that, and this is what we don't get. If you move back as well. This is what we don't get shown. Okay, you can drop that down now. This is called the short chronology. This is the accepted European dating system for everything. Short one, this is short. The long chronology means that when you go to the same thing called ancient Egypt here, so ancient Egypt goes from before then, but from the dynasties, going down, let's have a look from here, they stretch it back. So it goes back to about 7000 BC. So this here, you see ancient Egypt coming in here, goes all the way down here, and then it stops, let's have a look here, it continues politically there, and continues through to this point here. So that's how many thousand years. You get what I'm saying? Jesus comes in here, around here. Make sense? Let me take some questions. Ask me where some things are. I'm trying to push that through. What?
Where was Jesus born?
Jesus is born, this estimate, around 6 BC. Reason being, watch this. This guy is a hoodie. Can you see the hoodie on here? You should have spotted the hoodie. You always watch out for hoodies because it can cause problems, right? This guy here is called Dionysius Exiguus. And what he did, he invented, watch this, BC AD. What does BC stand for? What does AD stand for?
After death.
Who said after death? After death. Don't mean after. Anno Domini. Anno means year. Domini, the Lord. Year of the Lord. That's Latin. BC is English. But BC used to be known as Ante Christum Natum. What kind of clinic does a woman go to before she has a baby? Antenatal clinic. So antenatal. So ante, then Christ. Ante, before Christ's birth. Anti-Christum natum. But then it became known as BC. So that's why they say Jesus was born around that point here. What kind of stuff do you get taught in school? No, I'm talking history. Come on.
America 1912.
Sorry?
America 1920.
1920. What was that about? Prohibition or something? Okay, 1920. We're going to go up to about, there's 1900, 1920. So we're up there. World War II, World War I. I've got them on here. Wait a minute. Just let me have a look here. World War II and World War I. Where have they gone to? 1945. Because there's two little tiny things. Here they are. These two little things here. That's World War I, World War II. That point here.
My great grandfather.
Yeah. Anything else?
Oh yeah.
Which one?
I forgot.
Go on.
When dinosaurs died out.
Dinosaurs died out 65.25 million years BC. So could you imagine that this is just 8,000 years? Imagine how far a million years would be. Then get 65 million years and put a timeline down. It would be like going from here to say like probably Bigger the English Channel or something like that. You understand me? So that's it. Flintstones. Meet the Flintstones. There I'm on there's the sound. You remember that one?
Yeah.
You know what's that? So to get you thinking, there's a time when human beings hung out with dinosaurs. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yes.
You're there.
Yeah, that's me. That's my wife there. That's my wife. She's on there as well.
Oh my. You passed my country.
Which is your country?
Where is it? Down there.
Where? Ghana?
Yeah.
You're still Ghana in there. That's ancient Ghana. That's not where your country is now.
What, Gold Coast?
The Gold Coast. What happened was Kwame Nkrumah, the president, wanted to take a name that had respect, ancient old respect. So he said Ghana. But what's it Ghana? The Ghana Empire, which is on the Ghana Empire, was further into West Africa inland. Yeah? So that's why I took the name. That's why my family, what people are you from in Ghana? Half Ashanti and Fanti. So you're indigenous to Ghana generally. The Ga, they came from Igbo land, which is where my people are from. Yeah, my father's people, sorry. And my wife is from there as well. So they came to, do you know a place called Accra? That's a fancy word that means ants. They say that people came ashore like ants. And from Tema to Osu in Accra, yeah? From there, Tema to Osu, back as far as Medina, that's Garland now. But they came in there at about they came in around 1730, around about this point here. Yeah? Anything else? Anybody else? Yes, sir. Martin Luther King or Martin Luther? Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King goes into civil rights and he's going to be round about up here. I've got a picture of one called Rosa Parks on here.
She's dead.
Yeah, she died a few years ago. So she's up there. There's another woman though, that if you check her out, who did what Rosa Parks did 30 years before on a train, and her name is Ida Wells Barnett, and she's on here now. She found a thing called the NAACP. Yeah? Yes, sir.
Is this up to date?
Yeah, well, as much as we can on this size.
I
Yeah?
think I'm all the way to
3000
3,000.
BC. Oh, why? Because we're in the new millennium.
Yeah, but there's no main purpose.
No, well, these are some of the ideas of stuff what we're putting on. And we know that, but these are some of the ideas that we have to consider, that I think we should consider.
So you're there because it's near our age?
Well, I'm on here because this is some work that I do in trying to get people to think a bit differently.
What's your wife got?
What's your question? Have you anything else you want to know about when the last Martians arrived? I think the Martians built the pyramids on Earth here. Is that what you wanted to know? No, okay. What do you got?
What's your wife got?
What's my wife doing on here? My wife is, she does the things with economics and culture about the role of women and the powerful role of women in business in Africa. And not just in Africa, around the world. But watch this, when we married, we did our traditional marriage. The first thing my wife had to do was go around the compound where all the guests were and sell chew sticks and eggs. to show that she's got the ability to trade. Because in Africa, we don't have a thing called the DHSS,
What's that?
Department of Health and Social Security. The DHSS is called your family, and you have to look after your family by getting skills that you can earn money with. Any last questions? Can I get a couple of minutes? Can I stay a couple of minutes? Can I show you a song? Is this the end of school now? Yeah. Can I show you a song to finish?